Hi there. Welcome to Lincoln Table, you naughty little imps.
Podcast. Welcome, everybody. Last week in lockdown, guys.
Oh, bloody hope so.
Yes.
Until we go into tier 3 and we can't do it anyway.
No. Cheers, all the best.
I'm going to set up a party at a live outdoor badminton match because we can have 4,000 people there, can't you?
Oh yeah, of course we can. Yeah.
It's an outdoor sporting event, so if we get 4,000 people together and watch us play badminton outside in the wind, yeah, we could have a good one.
Cool. I'm up for that. Does it involve beer?
Always, it's always. It's a Lincoln Table party, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, mate. Talk about double standards with the government. Like 1 minute we're not even allowed to, just socialise in groups of, it's groups.
You're not even allowed to go see your nan, and then now you're allowed 4,000 people at a football game.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't know, mate. I just think the more that gets said to us, the more we're just going to go, yeah. I honestly thought.
That's all right, Boris. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah. Cheers.
Jesus Christ! Like it'll come to a point where it'll be like, this week you're allowed to go to the shop between so and so hours and so hours. You can walk your dog at so and so hours, and I think people will still go, yeah, no worries, Boris, thank you.
What gets me, Matt, right? You're not even allowed to use a car wash or car. You know where these drive-through car wash, where you get a group of people just stood over your car. You've got the windows wound up anyway. Yeah. They're washing the car. They're washing it with chemicals, soap and water. Yeah. I mean, surely with the amount of soap and water that's going about, that's going to kill the fucking COVID virus.
Please keep it down. What? They're not open, are they?
Like, really?
Are they not open?
Oh, they're not open at all. No, nowhere is. Even the supermarkets have closed their jet washes. The drive-through ones have just shut them. I'm just like, yeah, I can't believe it, mate. I really can't.
Oh, they didn't shut our work, did they, Mark?
They didn't what?
They didn't stop us plumbers, did they?
No, they didn't.
And they didn't stop Lincoln Table either, did they?
No, they haven't stopped Lincoln Table.
We took it online.
We did. So there's always ways and means.
Oh God, I got sent a video earlier. It just made me think of this podcast. I'm sure I can say it. We can say we want more on YouTube, aren't we? One of our mutual friends sent it. And basically, it's a Skype call, like an office Zoom call or Skype call, whatever it was.
Yeah.
About 10 different screens. And one of the geezers in the thing, he's just there noshing one off. And you don't even know he's live. Oh no! Oh.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Imagine how mortified you would be. Everyone watching you nosh one off.
Yeah, but you could hear him going, "What? I can't believe it. What's he doing?"
No one turned it off, did they? I wouldn't either. I'd have my phone out like that. Yeah. I always make sure I finish way before I press play.
I wonder how many people have actually been caught out saying or doing something, when they've not realised the camera's been off. Or
imagine if your boss is on the other end, because I've seen the wife. She goes on these Zoom calls and that with her work. And you can mute it, can't you? So you can have a chat. Imagine if you thought you pressed mute and you was like, "Oh, it's that my dickhead boss again. He's a right arsehole." You come back on, it's like, I heard everything you just said there. Good, because I meant it.
Have you ever accidentally called somebody or forgotten to hang up and put your phone in your pocket?
Yeah.
And carry on slagging that person off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wife. No, yeah, I have though. It's horrible, isn't it? It's cringy.
I've done it, mate.
Yeah.
I've done it, and I know people they've not said anything, but I know the next time I've been in their company, you're like they've dropped a few. It's like
I just cut straight off with it. You're all right, dick. You, I heard you. He was in your pocket.
I remember years ago when I was an apprentice, I got told. I mean, that it was proper old school, and I'm not going to mention the guy's deceased now. Bless him, God rest his soul. And he was forever telling me off at work. I probably deserved it, mate. I was like, cheeky little git kid that I was. Anyway, he told me off for something, and I went storming through to the other apprentice, and I went, I fucking hate that so and so. And I could hear this voice shout, I heard that, boy. And I just like shrank me into like that. And I had to travel home with him about like 40 miles as well, and with saying that. But anyway, I'm sure it's something he's not, you know.
I just think sometimes honesty is the best policy. I think there's so much more respect among people if they were just honest.
Well, I respected him for that, mate. And I respect him now. You know, even though they passed away, I learned that respect. I learned that, you know, they were trying to teach me, and you did respect him. You know, you never got away with much lit. Not like kids these days, really.
Yeah, the thing is, there's so much like social media and online chat.
Yeah.
You can almost be anonymous, can't you? Or you can say something without consequence.
Mm.
You know, like in our day, if you want, well, even in my day, I'm not even that old, but there was no like social media. You just about had phones when we started getting a bit older. But if you wanted to say something to someone, you had to say it to them, and you took the consequence. If you thought you could back up what you was going to say, then you'd be all right. If not, you're going to get a smack, aren't you?
Well, the thing was though, mate, that's the trouble with this day and age, right? There's too many people backbiting because they can do it. They can do it on social media. They can do it on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Facebook, whatever, Instagram, whatever, how many platforms there are. The problem is, back then, a good argument, you had that argument, whether he was right or wrong, but once it was done, and you respected them people.
Yeah.
You know, you got on with it, you moved on, and I think.
Or you got a smack.
Oh yeah, or you got a slap. But still, I'm not saying it's right, but you still respected that. You I mean, how many times have you heard your dad say, for instance, when he was in the military or whatever, you know, not got on with somebody, had a tussle or whatever, and then they were best mates for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, you're about it, don't you?
Just for one moment. And I often think as well, in this day and age, there's too much of people holding grudges and people just saying the wrong thing behind somebody's back and doing them down. And there's not enough praise in this world. I think people have gone far too the other way. It seems to be easier to be horrible to somebody and say horrible. I mean, we all do it.
Yeah.
I would be hypocrite if I sat here and said, you know, we've all done it. But I think about it more and more, the consequences of I mean, I'm a big believer in karma as well. I mean, how many people at work like try and get pleasure of dropping somebody in it?
Yeah.
But they're only one step away from making a mistake themselves, and people will revel in it that day when they do.
And I've come across it time and time again, as you have.
Yeah.
People who are like that, people who love to jump on your mistakes or your downfall. But like you say, people pick up on that, you know.
Yeah.
And it does come full circle, and when it comes back harder than what you've been giving out.
Yeah, it comes back well to bite them up the arse. And I think the thing is, Matt, there is just not enough praise. People just ought to look beyond. We build ourselves. The whole human race was built on mistakes. You know, we've learned from mistakes.
we are mistakes. A lot.
And the thing is, mate, at the end of the day, you know, somebody makes a mistake, yeah, move on. They shouldn't just be tainted or tarnished with that.
Yeah,
you know,
what gets me is just how short life is.
yeah,
Like, why like surely a life with everybody is your friend and
yeah,
everybody that can back you up and look after you and help you out is a lot better than a life of just keeping yourself to yourself and
yeah,
everyone off who gets in your way.
yeah,
And surely that's a better life. Surely everybody can feel that. Everybody can see that. Surely,
yeah.
you know, I just don't understand where this, like you say, where this negative, you know, side of people comes out where they just want to jump on the negative side of people. It happens all over the shop. It happens on social media, it happens on the media, it happens on the telly, doesn't it? People want to see the demise of other people, don't they? They want to see people's downfalls.
They get pleasure of other people's shortcomings.
Yeah.
You see it all the time. And like I said,
maybe that is the vicious circle, though. Maybe that these people that are doing this are people that have had it done to them themselves, you know.
They've either had it done or their life is so shit themselves. That's the only thing they get. And I think that's what a lot of it is. It's just so shit. And you don't know what other people's home lives are like. They might go home and it's, you know, it's.
That's why I'm not one of these people who's, you know, you get a lot of people who are quick to get into a fight. They're quick to get into an argument with someone. But I feel like I've got so much of a conscience. Like even when someone's been a bit of a dickhead, you know, you can push someone so far, can't you? And obviously, you know, you snap. But even when someone's been a bit of a dickhead, you think, you know, what is going on in their life? You don't know, do you?
You don't know.
But it could be your reaction that just tips somebody over the edge and they might do something they regret, you know.
Yeah.
By your reaction, I think, like you say, it goes a long way just being a nice person.
Oh, it definitely does, mate. It does. It's. I've been in so many situations, mate, where, like, you know, you're asking somebody something and they're just being a complete. You've gone the right way about it. You know, you're trying to be nice, and people are just being complete and utter dicks.
Yeah.
I just carry on as normal. I just like, right, okay, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Without giving them a rise, because I think a lot of the time that's what them people are after.
Yeah.
You know, and if you don't give them satisfaction, that's it, mate. They haven't got what they were, and that is more powerful to me than, you know, actually getting. I used to get riled up. I used to, what's your problem? Come on. And that's what them people are after. And to be honest with you, mate, when you don't give them that, that just makes them look that fucking lot smaller.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you see it at the top, don't you? You see it with bosses and stuff. I was saying to a friend of mine, it was a few days ago. You know, he set up on his own, maybe like set his own little company up and stuff. And you know, he's just a one-man band.
Yeah.
And I just said, look, you know, if you do get lads working for you, I just hope you don't turn into an absolute dickhead, you know, because I sometimes feel like with these big companies, you know, they must all start out well because we're all in the same position. You know, like in my mind, I would think that if I had a company and I had loads of lads working for me, loads of people working for me, you'd want those people to think that you are, you know, you're worth working for.
Yeah.
I mean, you treat them well, you give them respect, you give them the praise that they need, and you look after them. But there seems to something happen, doesn't there? Something happens with people when they get so many people working for them that something just changes. And I said to him, I said, hopefully, and he, you know, he kind of outlaid his plans, what he'd be like with his staff. And I'm just saying, you know, I hope that's true. I hope you do respect the lads that work for you, and I hope you do like.
It either goes two ways with people that I think. And I can't be too much of a judge on this because I've not really been in that position. But I have seen it with people in my circles in the past. I've seen people start from nothing and then I think you've got to stay rooted. You've got to stay grounded. And I think a lot of people, when they get bigger and bigger, they start forgetting where they come from, socializing in different circles. They're in with people that are in their kind of, they've joined another circle of people where
which is fine, is fine, as long as you don't, you know, make the people that you've left behind feel like they're completely different to you. You know, I think
that's what happens a lot, and they start believing their own hype, and I just think at the end of the day, you need to stay grounded. You know, these were my roots. This is what I did. An old boss that I worked for, he never ever, right? He made a lot of money. You know, he never ever bought a new car or new vehicles for his workforce because he did not want people turning around and saying, "Well, I'm not using him. He's doing well for himself," and that's what happens. Yeah, okay, they shouldn't be like that. People shouldn't think like that.
Yeah, that's the other end of the spectrum, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, he still stayed grounded, and he still is to this day. He's virtually at retirement age. I went and see him not so long ago, and he's still the same. And
you know, I definitely don't take that away from people. Like some people strive to have materialistic things. Some people strive to do well so that they've got money to do whatever they want. That's great. And if you reach that position, that's great. But it's just what you do on the way to that. And
it is what you do on the way. And I think it's how you treat everybody, mate. And you know, and a lot of people tend to forget that. And
this goes right down to the lowest of like of situations. Like we were talking on another podcast about how divided people are, you know, with voting left and right and blue and red and, you know, conservative and Labour and black and white. You know, this goes down to that sort of level. Like,
it does.
At the end of the day, I don't know at what stage of life politics and sex and gender and all these sort of things got in the way of us just being human, you know. Surely that one thing, us being human and us being, you know, a community, should be stronger than us on what our beliefs are or what we voted for. Or
well, we're having our humanity stripped away by this.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, mate, it's like if they do this, we this is the thing. People confused. They don't know what direction to head in, what to do, what to do with their lives. We're told how to feel, how to think, what to say. We can't do this anymore because the laws change. We can't do that. How PC we've got. I mean, from when I was growing up as a kid, I mean, we used to play. We used to make conkers in the classroom at school. You know, drill the holes in the conkers, harden it. Can't even play conkers in the playground anymore because it might cause an eye injury.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's some things that have come in place that probably are beneficial to the population, but like you say, things like conkers and I don't know what else they've stopped in schools, certain nursery rhymes and certain things like that. They've never offended anybody. There's a minority of people that come out and for whatever reason, the majority seem to blow these situations up. Like more people care. You know, like when you're saying something like, what's the song at the moment? Radio BBC have just stopped playing the what's the Christmas song? What's the famous Christmas song?
New York, I know what you're going to say. You scumbag, you maggot, you cheap lousy.
Yeah, but it's been on the radio for the past 20, 30 years, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the meaning behind it. Everybody knows what they're singing about.
Yeah. Definitely.
I just can't. Like what? You know, like I don't know. Why can't people just get on with it?
Get on with it, you know.
I know it's easy. I always think to myself, it's easy to be. We don't. I'd say me and you, we don't fit in any category, do we? We're not like There is no prejudice to us really. Well, then again, there is now at the moment, isn't there? What we call now white males, what we called privileged.
White privileged or what?
Yeah, somehow working 9 or 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and still just about affording your bills is white privilege now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why people can't just strip it back, and just get on with each other. I can imagine a world where everybody just got on with everybody, and if there was something that people disagreed on, they disagreed on it. That was it.
Yeah.
Like in fact, I'm 100% positive. I will disagree on certain things that you believe in, or that you would say certain things, and likewise at some point. But then what?
It would be boring, though, Matt.
Yeah.
If we all agreed on everything. The
Yeah.
thing is, at the end of the day, is find that middle ground. As say, well, yeah, that's your opinion. I don't agree with it, but I'll live with it. And without having it dictated to. That is the problem. We're too dictated to now. Yeah. This is what goes. This is, well, hang about. Who's made this rule up that this goes? Who has actually said this? Yeah. I want to meet that person.
We did a survey of 100 left-wing supporters.
Yeah.
And the study came back that 60% of these people agreed. So we've gone with that. I think, mate, if a man and a woman can marry and live the rest of their life together and get on, I'm pretty sure everyone else can just get on. Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I think the world's gone. Well, we've said this for weeks and weeks. This is part of the reason why we're doing this podcast.
I wonder if 100 years ago there would be a couple of young men that were just that were chatting about the last 50 years, just saying, "You think the world's gone mad, Dave?"
Yeah, my great granddad's in the pub, putting the world to right on a pie. And them days have gone now. No, the pubs are closing. Nobody does that. It was a Sunday ritual. Let's all go in there, have a few beers, put the world to rights.
Hey, Mark, come on.
Now we're in our homes, and hey, it's not all bad, is it?
I've got a hope. I've said it before. I'm sure that at some point there's going to be a shift in this. Because I feel just lately, especially just lately, and I think every generation has got to agree, there's more, probably more because it's mediaized now because of social media, but there's more divide in people now than there ever has been. You look now, right? You could say in America's probably one of the worst at the moment. They've got the biggest divide in the world at the moment. Number one, because of the elections and COVID. Yeah. But I'm sure you could strip those two away, eradicate them, and they would still be even more divide.
There's always been a big, North and South have never got on. There's obviously, there's still a lot of racism in America. There's the rich and poor divide as well. There's still towns and cities that are way underdeveloped, that have poverty that we don't even see.
Yeah.
But
I just feel somehow our country's kind of slipping into that, like our country's slipping into that mentality.
Yeah, we're not.
We started to divide ourselves from Scotland and Ireland, and these arguments are popping up again whether we should be independent, and our elections are getting very similar to America.
Yeah.
Where we've got the Labour and the Conservatives, and it's a two-horse race that, in fact, nobody actually wants to vote for either of them.
No.
But because of personal and family kind of preferences and the fact of upsetting people and just not being honest with yourself, you end up voting for a certain party. because you don't want to vote for the other one,
Uh,
and that's kind of where the voting system's gone to.
I've got to find. I think there's going to be a shifting change in that, Matt, because there's a lot of people that are creating their own parties. Lawrence Fox, the actor,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
he's just creating a new one because people are fed up of how the system is failing everybody.
yeah,
And he's another one who's fed up of being dictated to how he should feel, how he should think. Nigel Farage, a lot of people, I don't know how I feel about the guy, but he's had a lot of negative press, but he's also had a lot of good press. And this is the thing: people will get fed up, and they'll just turn to people like them. So people just want to be heard. They want to have their voices heard. That's yeah. You know, we've all got a voice. We should all use it. We shouldn't be silenced at the end of the day, and that's.
Yeah, and it's like going back to what we've just been talking about. It's just having a bit of honesty and just saying in what you believe in instead of what you're hearing and what the pressures of other people. And be nice. Just be nice to people. It'll get. I think it'll just get not just yourself, but it'll get humanity so much further than where we are. Just be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's going to people are going to slip through the. People are going to slip through the reins, aren't they? With
oh, you're always going to get
people aren't nice, just naturally aren't nice, but
who are going to bring other people down because they want to climb the ladder. You're always going to get that. That's been throughout the human race. I mean, that's how kingdoms have fallen, and you know, people have got into power because they haven't got conscience and they don't care who they
step on together.
Yeah, and well, there again, they've been toppled. You know, they've had a certain period in power, and boom, that's it.
Yeah.
Roman times, mate. Julius Caesar, he won't give up his power. They Caesars were like the U.S. president. They only had so many years in term. But Julius Caesar tried changing that, and became an empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, look what came out of that.
Yeah.
Chicken Caesar salad.
What?
Chicken Caesar salad. Where would we be today?
Oh dear. But
I think that should be Boris's thing. I mean, to sign out, that's what he should say. You know, stay safe, be nice.
Yeah, that's what it should be about. Yeah.
Not all this. I don't know.
I mean, you mentioned it weeks and weeks ago, mate. Social distancing. Distance yourself from somebody being fucking social, is it?
Not social at all. I think they've just put that term on it for the most 80% of the population that are just like, okay, Boris, just like, okay, Boris, that's a very social thing to do. We're looking out for each other, Boris. I don't know. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Even on building sites, which you know yourself are very opinionated and open-minded and like a lot different to the rest of the population. Even then, you know, when you go up to some fucking random bloke, and usually when you meet someone, you get on, it's like you probably shake their hand. Even now, it's a little bit weird. Most people are a bit like, you know, you want to bop my elbow. No, I don't want to bop your elbow. I don't want to bop your elbow, no.
But is that going to be a thing of the past, shaking somebody's hand? I can't remember the last time I shook somebody's hand. You know, that's been a gesture for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And now is this going to be the new?
Yeah. We'll test that like it used to be.
I feel like doing that.
Yeah, exactly. It used to be a test of strength, didn't it? They used to like shake each other's forearms, didn't they?
Gladiator.
They used to give your forearm a little grip, just like it was a test of man, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, how strong is this guy? Could he tackle me? You know, has he shot a bow before?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like, how weak are you? How do you want to do it?
Oh dear.
Yeah. Should we have an air kiss? No, go away. Go away.
Mate, I don't know. Really, it's
We'll keep soldiering on, mate.
we'll get there.
We've got through this little second lockdown anyway.
Yeah, I can't believe how quick it's.
So is this our last podcast on lockdown?
Yes.
We can get back to our studio.
We're back to the studio.
Mm.
Happy days.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So on that note, to everyone who is watching, thank you. We're still not getting a lot of feedback.
No.
Comments. We'd like some more subscribers. Get us out there if you like what we're talking about. If you don't like what we're talking about, put it on there. Leave us a comment. You know, and we'll be back.
Helps. That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
I can take criticism.
Yeah.
I need it. Only makes me stronger.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. We're not the type to ignore these comments. We want to get involved. So get on. Give us a like, give us a comment, give us a share. If you don't like us, then that's fine.
And any subjects you want us to cover, we're more than happy to research them and do them. That's what we need. We need it. It's,
like we've promised previously, we are going to be getting some guests on and getting some different angles on chats, different angles on conversations and stuff. So just obviously been a bit tricky at the minute, isn't it?
It is a bit tricky, but
yeah.
What if we have a Lincoln Table sporting event? Can we have guests then?
We could have a Lincoln Table tennis.
Yes, Lincoln Table tennis. There's still doubles. We could have doubles. We could get away with that.
Correct. We're just playing doubles.
No. Is Scrabble a sport? Lincoln Table Scrabble. Subbuteo, that's it. Lincoln Table Subbuteo.
We could have that bird from Benidorm, couldn't we? Playing table tennis.
I don't think I've seen that episode, Matt, but I think I know where you're coming from.
I didn't mean the episode. She's actually in Benidorm, isn't she? I can't remember her name.
She's not Thai, is she?
What's that?
She's not Thai, is she?
What her name is? She might be, I think I've never seen her myself, but I think she's a bit of a Benidorm legend.
Not Sticky Vicky.
That's the one, isn't it? Sticky Vicky. Yeah, it is Sticky Vicky. Yeah. Mark knows.
I don't know how I know that. I don't. Please don't ask me.
Anyway, thanks to Lincoln Table.
Thank you very much.
Again, and on for the next one.
Yeah. See you next week, guys. Have a good weekend.
Ta-ba.
See you on the other side.